Hi everyone, Torcaso here. Most of you know, I told you earlier on the video that I have two cats battling cancer, and I asked for donations between 1 penny and 60 cents. Well, apparently with crowdfunding, most of these companies actually charge fees, and including GoFundMe charges a fee to the people that are seeking donations. And You Caring, that's what it's called. You Caring, C-A-R-I-N-G. I was double checking on my what do you call it, computer. Well, I was going through the process and I noticed something that I'm a little displeased about. But apparently the minimum donation is $1. So I have to ask you if you would be willing to help me to fight cancer in my two cats. And if for those of you who didn't hear this before, I have an $866 bill. And as a matter of fact, I have it, believe it or not, right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I believe this is it. Oh, that's not it. Well, she has it somewhere else. But from my vet, I amassed an $866.37 bill. And that's not even for any kind of treatment. To get cancer treatment in one cat can top 1,000, sometimes as much as, well, a lot. 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 or more. So I'm asking right now for $6,000. And I was hoping to get that from people donating as little as a penny, maybe 60 cents. Well, unfortunately, the crowdfunding sources that I found at this time, apparently there are certain requirements, which I did not know, and I apologize. It's the first time I've ever done this in my life. First time, literally yesterday, was the first time I've ever even thought about doing something like this. But when your children, human or animal, are at risk, you're going to do what you got to do. So with that, I need to ask you if you can part with $2, minimum $2, because as you would donate to our cats fund, they ask you to donate $1 to the person and I guess match it by $1. So at this point, I'm a wee bit disappointed, but I've never done this before yesterday, which was April the 18th, 2016. So I'm a wee bit disappointed, but you know, those $2 that ultimately one will go to the corporation for, maintaining the site and keeping it free. Those $2 that you part with can literally save Precious Pumpkin and Lashona Moon's life. Now, there's no guarantee that they're going to beat this thing, but it will hopefully extend their lives. So I'm asking you to donate $2 to save Precious Pumpkin and Lashona Moon. Now, I've researched a few other crowdfunding sources like Kickstarter and GoFundMe and yada, yada, yada. And unfortunately, they're even more expensive. So I'm going to ask you to upgrade your donation to at least $1 for me. And if you're willing, $1 for the You Caring site. Now, I want to let you know, never done this before April the 18th, but it looks like you can elect to not donate the $1 to the site. And my recommendation is that if you can part with $2, donate it, because this site's literally helping a lot of people, and they've helped to raise over $375 million. I think it's $375 million. So go ahead and help them out while you help us out. Now, I want to especially speak to animal lovers, and in particular, lovers of cats. I want to speak to you because I'm taking this drastic step, putting my reputation to some degree at risk for a reason. Over the last 20 years, I've lost a lot of animals to cancer, renal failure, diabetes, pyromitra, you name it. I have physically, literally physically, had to give, over the last 20 some years, cats IV fluid. Many of the times it was called lactated ringers. I have been to the veterinarian over the last 20 years, myself and Annette, so many times that we could almost get a room there. And, you know, I have to say, some people say, well, why do you put your money out on animals? They're not even human. So I'm going to share something with you. They're more than human. You see, I'm going to be very blunt with you. These animals have literally saved my life over the years. And this is not the video. This is not the time. But I got to tell you, real quickly, I know it's been a long time already. There was one cat in particular, my original baby girl. She literally caused my house, where I used to live at, not to be broken in 2 different times. She was more like a watchdog than a cat. And what she had done is she kept crying and crying and screaming. I mean, it was almost like from Edgar Allan Poe's The Black Cat. And I'm thinking, what in the heck was going on? So I go into the kitchen, okay? Here's this guy trying to break into my house. If it were not for her alerting me to that, he would have got in. This guy attempted 4 times. He got in successfully twice. And twice because of that cat. And me paying attention to her, my beautiful original baby girl, he didn't get in. Now you might think, well, that's pretty amazing. Well, she was a hero cat. We had hamsters at that time. And they look a little bit like mice or rats. And one time, the hamster actually got out of the cage, whatever you want to call it, playpen. And there was a hole in my living room that goes all the way down to the basement. This is when I lived in the house back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. And there was a hole. We didn't even know there was a hole in the floor. There was a small hole. So the hamster got out, and we didn't know where it went. And it was in the living room. And there was this little hole. And all of a sudden, again, original baby girl starts meowing. Like freaking out meowing. I mean, we're talking about hissing, crying, you name it. I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? Because by then I knew. She cries like that, it's time to get there. It's like stat in the hospital. So we go over there, and she was over the hole because it was small enough she could sit over it and keep the hamster from actually going and falling to its death. And honestly, as I speak to you about this, I wouldn't believe in myself if I didn't witness it. Instead of eating, attacking, and killing the hamster, she saw it as her family member. She sat over the hole and protected it until we actually picked it back up and put it in its playpen. And a little side note that I never told, and now that I think about it, it's been a long time. It's like 20, 30 years that this, maybe longer that this happened. But, you know, after that day, every single time we were by that enclosure, she was like right by the table watching us to make sure we didn't F up. So, yeah, you know, a lot of people think only dogs can save your life and only dogs are affectionate. Well, I'll tell you what. If you believe that, you just are not tuned into a reality with regards to cats. I'm not saying that they can't be aloof. Yeah, they can be. But some of them are heroes. Why do I want your help saving these 2 beautiful animals? They've done a lot more for me than I could ever do for them. I appreciate your time with this very long video. I'm going to ask you to help save 2 lives. And I thank you in advance.